Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first Hip Spotlight Instagram Live of 2025. My name is Andy. I'm the owner, and I'm glad to be back in our web series podcast room, having the opportunity to talk to some of the best people on the planet. I literally pinch myself every morning. I wake up and I thank the big guy for another breath. And I think about all the incredibly talented creatives I'm going to have the opportunity to assist
Yay!
with my championship team here at HIP. And today, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Freekstar.
Yay! That was a brilliant introduction, Andy. Thank you, and welcome to the wild kingdom of Freekstar. We are here in the magical forest.
Well, we are so grateful that we're getting to spread the word. Over 24 years, I've managed to secure many feathers in my United States Marine Corps utility cap. And it's a great feeling because I appreciate a lot of people don't want the time, or are they prepared to put in the effort for the really engaging, wonderful songcraft up and comers. And that's where I thrive because, heck, if there had been someone there to advocate for my musical group back in the 80s that weren't the fake, phony frauds, liars, fakers, fairy tale makers that we fell in with, maybe I'd still be plunking on my Rickenbacker bass guitar and not be a video pimper.
Well, you know, Andy, it's never too late to get it back, okay? Right? There's always time to live the dream like we are today, and it is an absolute privilege and a pleasure to be working with you, who, Andy, you are a total edge, right? And your team are absolutely fantastic, and we're enjoying absolutely every minute of this process. We really are, even if sometimes we have to dress up as bears.
Well, it seems like people are embracing the cut of your musical jib. Are you feeling that vibration?
Hey, no, I embody that vibration, Andy. But of course, it's not just about us. It's about our listeners, isn't it? It's about our fans, and we're here not for us, but for them. And you know, our music, we hope, will totally resonate with everybody. And to take away, I guess you said it yourself, Andy, to take away the doom and gloom that we often face, especially in January, you know, after the festive season, and when the weather, in some countries is pretty bad, and we just want to kind of bring a bit of happiness and joy and playfulness into people's lives.
Yes, in this newly minted world torn asunder.
Indeed, indeed. And, you know, music can make the world go round. You know, it doesn't solve all of our life's problems, but it can solve many of them. And I think if you're a music lover, or if you're a musician, or both, it's a piece of magic, and it's a privilege to be part of that creative process and to be able to share that to the world. And we need people, mad people like you, Andy, to help us do that.
Well, everybody who has tuned into this transmission, please say hello to Sharon Wilson. And next to Sharon is her partner in musical crime, Mr. Irreverent. It's Tim Hutchinson.
Yes.
Indeedy, on guitars, on electronic stuff,
Drums,
on drums.
bass,
He's the real deal. He's the lot, right?
Well, I was
everything except
asked
vocals.
who did Freekstar get to play that perfect guitar solo in Bulletproof?
Yeah.
Indeed, that he's the man, you know. I mean, dang, what a boy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know whether you want to say anything about that amazing guitar solo. I mean, you know, Hutch is a bit of a shredder as well, right? So I can't speak for him, so I'll let you speak on your behalf.
I think the truth about this is, I think it came from another dimension, Andy. I don't feel responsible for it. It just appeared under my fingers.
Well, we can all agree that that moment, that point of inspiration, so many of your competitors, fellow creatives, they take a good thing and they try to make it better, and all they end up doing is making it worse.
Yeah.
So, Sharon, when you first heard that guitar solo, I mean, you guys are a study in economy, in less is more. And it's just like the perfect guitar solo for a song. I mean, the whole thing is crafted in a way that you really can't look away from it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean that's
It's
cool.
like another vocal, isn't it? It's like another vocal melody. It's only 3 notes.
Keep it simple, right?
Absolutely.
You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
catchy, right?
Yeah. Yes. So, this songwriting partnership, how did it all come about? Because I know that Freekstar is neither of your first trips to the rodeo.
Indeedy, indeedy. Well, you know, we got together many moons ago, and I'm going to be super honest, right? Hutch came to join my band at the time. I was in this kind of other indie band called the Crisis Children, but he came to join my band, and I just thought, this dude's so good looking that I don't actually care how good he is on guitar. He's in.
It's weird, like, yeah, Sharon's record label sent me there because my band was on the same label as her. And we'd finished doing our things, and I'd been away, and I came back, and I was looking for another band to join. So her manager went, "Why don't you join the Crisis Children? Speak to Sharon."
Mm-hmm.
The rest
And
is
so we just sat in a pub, chewed the cud, and I guess the rest is history. And we've always been a bit of a kind of Bonnie and Clyde, a bit of a Sid and Nancy, and you know, kind of this whole thing got together, and it's just been an unstoppable kind of, you know, we've always been in the rodeo, we've always been in the road show, and we've been obsessed by writing music all along the track, you know, and I guess that's what's kept the kind of unit together.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the other thing about it is I was really interested in sort of the crossover between like hard hitting guitars and electronic music as well. You know, so it was that crossover thing.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
there's a considerable amount of electronic wizardry all throughout Bulletproof, but it's so perfectly coiffed into the track that it's almost like it's just part of it. It's a very rare trait where you're able to do that in a punk rock song.
Yeah, I mean, I was absolutely obsessed with trying to crack that style, to be fair, you know. So synths was a really big thing, but more so kind of fusing the two things together.
Yeah, and you know, I was kind of really into kind of grunge music, but also dance music as well. And you know, there's all the Blink 182s and things like that. And we could talk about lots of stories about bands we've kind of played with too. But we just like that kind of fusion of all those things, so that you don't really know whether we're punk or we're pop or we're electro or what. And so we kind of like that soup, if you like, that kind of sonic
Yeah,
soup.
I mean, I've always like really loved punk. In fact, one of my first ever guitar heroes, as a small child, was Steve Jones, Sex Pistols.
Yay!
You know, I just thought he was amazing. Great rhythm, loads of attitude, plays simple stuff, and it's in your face. He doesn't need to do much.
Well, as you can see from the background here, I've been an Anglophile since literally my first coherent memory. My sister comes into my bedroom, very, very cold February night in 1964, and she's 13, so she's all whipped up. Come on, we're going to watch the Beatles. Beatles. Beatles, that's what she said, Beatles on TV. You can see it all the way up there. There's the 60.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So we get to the living room, and I could tell my parents weren't feeling it, that they were going to let their children, because my brother was 14, watch such nonsense. What is this Beatlemania thing? So I'm on the floor, and my sister's on one side, and my brother's on the other side. And Ed Sullivan, we all watched it every Sunday night. It was a ritual. It was the frickin' Ed Sullivan show. I mean, the king of all chat shows and entertainment and jugglers and singers and the best. So anyway, he twirls around, the Beatles! My sister went nuts, like I'd never seen her so whipped up. And my brother, he's on a jaw on the floor because it's 1964. And we'd never seen anything like this in the United States of America. And I remember looking around at my parents. Man, you would have thought we were watching an X-rated present. I mean, it was just, they were so aghast. Yeah. But it was the beginning of something. And let's face it, y'all, United Kingdom, you've created some of the most incredible songwriters and trailblazers, including the Sex Pistols, how that changed my life at the age of 15. I was listening to Styx and Boston and Leonard Skinner and Peter Frampton. All of a sudden, that guy right there shows up. Heard it on the radio, Less Than Zero. I didn't know what to make of it. So I went to the local store and I what else you got from Britain? And he pointed out this Clash record. It wasn't the green one that y'all had over there. It was Give 'Em Enough Rope. Man, the minute Safe European Home, like, you put the needle down on the record, and then you have that like 4-second anticipation because it's coming. You got the headphones on with ear coverings the size of bagels, and all of a sudden like ding, 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 ding. Life-changing. I feel you, Tim.
Yeah.
Sorry for the jag there, but y'all make great music there across the pond.
You're not so bad yourselves over there across the pond. We love getting in bed with America. Brits do that, right? We're naturally kind of we pull that duvet cover up and we're cozying up there. We think it's great.
Special friendship.
Special friendship. That's the one, isn't it? So we're hoping that Bulletptoof goes down well in every country, but it's great that from the hub of operations in New Jersey, that Bulletptoof is being kind of thrown out there from the hub of operations, into the world. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, so question has been raised: is the epilogue of Bulletptoof, was that originally planned, or was that something that just happened?
That was a total just happened job, right? So we filmed the video, and then it just came to us to do that additional footage. And the slowing down of the song was again not planned. It was just a creative process. And we thought it was quite a magical moment because it's the big reveal, isn't it? You kind of see who the characters are. And we also thought, well, it's quite a pop-tastic track. And then it goes into this kind of almost Pumpkins-esque, kind of slow, grinding, slow indie, kind of moody, dark. We like the darkness of that moment. And it was also, it was a kind of moment about our relationship as well as kind of, coming together and having a bit of fun and celebrating music. But we thought the indie fans would really like that. I even had My Bloody Valentine in my head. I had all sorts of kind of 90s sort of indie bands in there as well. And we thought it was quite cinematic as a moment,
You do not get a second chance to make a first impression. I should share because the vast majority of people watching are fellow musicians, songwriters, band people, EDM producers, rappers. Um, it it is pretty remarkable how hard you all actually work, put in the time. You actually leveled up on the online digital footprint many months before this, whereas most people, the young and the naive, they just jump in. They don't realize that failure to plan is like planning to fail.
Well, yeah, just to say, whilst you've said that, Andy, of course, everyone go to YouTube and, well, we got all channels, but go to YouTube and look at our YouTube channel, Freekstar, because it's got all sorts of crazy content on there. Everything from me talking about near-death experiences to some interviews with other musicians, people who've worked on our projects. It's a whole kind of plethora, if you like, of creative insights, fun stuff, crazy stuff, and dumbass stuff. It's pretty cool.
I would concur. We like Freakstar because y'all take everything seriously except yourself. It's a breath of fresh air. In other words, we're coming to hear the songs, but we're also coming to see what kind of shenanigans y'all are up to. And people have been asking about Bogey and Boohoo. They are quite the new sensation there. Bogey and Boohoo.
Yeah, that's us.
I would guess that Tim is Bogey and you, Sharon, are Boohoo.
Boo-hoo-hoo, because I'm always crying. Everything's always a catastrophe. Well, it's the kind of Yogi Bear thing, right? And interestingly, you say that because a friend of ours, he's trying to write a script now to actually make it an animation of us as the kind of rock and roll version of Yogi Bear, right? And the gang. So, Hanna-Barbera, eat your heart out here. We we're hoping to sell this and, hit the big time in Hollywood on this one.
Bear Adventures.
Yeah.
Well, now,
The dark side of that kind of whole Yogi Bear thing, So rather than set in the is it Yellowstone? This idea is we're quite urban. We're urban bears.
it is Jellystone.
That's it.
Yeah, Jellystone. Very good.
Jellystone. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Make a note of that.
Make a note of it.
And they were thieves.
No.
No.
We're not. We're kind of not part of the criminal fraternity,
They were all about the picnic baskets. Did you not have Yogi Bear and Boohoo in the United Kingdom growing up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course we did, but I kind of as a child, I can't remember it being so satanic as that.
It's okay.
Oh no, they did because they stole picnics, didn't they?
Good
that was it. Yes, they stole people's picnics. That's what they did, right? Yes,
they did. And here in New Jersey, we do have quite the significant black bear population. They don't like normal bear food. They are all about the people food. So many videos of bears with their nose stuck in the garbage cans eating your leftover chicken that you threw out and never thought bears outside smelling said chicken and wanting to get some.
We just steal souls, but in a good way, Andy. That's what we do.
Well, be precious about the content, and that's what makes it so special. But can you speak to these other folks out there that are procrastinating leveling up on their online marketing plan? How do y'all do it? Because you really have implemented the consistent, sustained promotion that we espouse here.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, I guess it's I suppose it's like the gym, isn't it? You got to do the reps, haven't you? And I guess I've never assumed for 1 minute that one promotional campaign is ever going to change our lives, right? But I also thought that we just wanted to share our story, and we kind of, it was second nature to just decide to go online and put in the foundations of a campaign, so that when you do release your this is our second Spotify release, Bulletptoof. We did Chemical Dreams before that. Um, and we just wanted to make sure that when the song was out, people could go to the website and explore our world. And you have to create a world online these days in order for people to experience the backstory, the hopes, the dreams, the ambitions, but also the content. We're content creators, I guess, and I think you have to be that as a modern musician these days. You can't just rely on live tours and things like that to create an audience. They're nice, but tours are very expensive. Until you really get traction with a bigger record label, tours are difficult to do. So the way you tour is online, really, a lot of the time, don't you? That's where you start getting your market and your audience. But I don't like to use the word market, because in a way we're not in this for sales necessarily. We'd like to be paid for what we do, but it's about sharing, our philosophy, our way of life, to make connections with people. And I guess the only way you can do that is to put your life online these days,
No, it's
and to support you guys, and to support you guys
right,
to help us, right?
right,
You got
right.
to sit there on your
No,
ass.
no. And if there is one online party I can suggest everyone viewing, it's the Freekstar party. Best part, you get to the door and they're there. They're actually there. They're greeting everybody, making them feel the warm and fuzzy. And I get it. A lot of people are coming because they want to get more of your shenanigans and more songs.
And we can't have a party, Andy, without a crowd, right? And without some friends. And we want to make friends, really. We don't want consumers, we don't want customers. We want people who get it. And we want to share that world, and we want to share their world, So it's a kind of two-way traffic. And just to point out, it's not a P. Diddy
Oh,
party, okay?
it,
And I just want to say something about that. Before all that P. Diddy Hollywood nonsense, right? I actually made a t-shirt, which was a freak off t-shirt, right? Okay, by Freekstar. And I know that the P. Diddy parties are called freak offs. So I just want to point out, this is not the same freak off. The Freekstar party is much more warm and fuzzy and cuddly and cool. Just saying.
I would surmise you had no idea what kind of things were happening at a P. Diddy freak off, nor did you even know there was such a freak off.
Yes, I am a naive British musician who drinks, hot chocolate of an evening. But we can be rock and roll too when we get going.
So, what's next for Freekstar? Obviously, Bulletptoof is going to #1 with a bullet.
Yeah.
Everybody's really embracing the track. It's the kind of sonic vibration that people will come to the party and they're going to stick around. But we all know you can't lollygag. You can't dilly-dally. You got to strap rockets on your wagons, and you got to figure out, okay, what's the perfect follow-up to Bulletptoof? So I know you guys know the drill. It's about continuing to keep people engaged. And you guys are real good at the reciprocity end of things, because if you show love to these people showing you love, the odds that them telling their friends, remember back in the day, pre-internet, we didn't have that kind of tool to lean on. It was word of mouth.
It's all warm word of mouth, right?
Right. That's right. But you do feel your warm market, your base is growing.
definitely, yeah, and that's beautiful, because at some point, if we do tour, we've got some people to come and watch us, right? You know, it won't be a toilet tour; it'll be one up from that, right?
That's right.
So that's cool. But yeah, we do have a number of songs. It's sort of, you could call it an album, but
Well, it's actually two albums.
yeah,
There's 30 tracks to
yeah,
release.
we do have 30 tracks, but we've got to, go one at a time. And yeah, I mean, we have a track called Weirdo. We might do that. We've got another one
World
called
of Pain.
World of Pain. We've got one called White Trash. And so we're going to talk to you, Andy, because you're head honcho. You're the guru, right? And you're going to advise us which message, and they are messages, need to really come out into the world. But Weirdo, our track Weirdo is quite a good one, because we're all misfits, right? If we're in indie pop rock punk bands, we're all, we always kind of fit but don't fit in society. It's a kind of interesting sort of place to be, and I guess the music represents a lot of that. So yeah, and we want to do some headbanging too.
Yeah.
We want to mosh, we want to jump around, and we're going to pick the right sort of song that will resonate with everyone.
Saying that, I quite like World of Pain. Things are a little bit wobbly, and it could straighten things up a bit.
Yeah, we have a song called World of Pain. So yeah, watch. All I can say is it's all a bit of a mystery, isn't it? I'm hoping that our viewers just watch this space and keep an eye on us, keep following us, because we don't want to go on this journey alone. We want to build not a tribe but a community, and that, and not just musicians, but music lovers alike. Of course, musicians do really support each other, which is fantastic. So we're interested in collaborations and things like that too. We hope some of your guys who've been on Hip and promoted by you might get in touch. Maybe think about a collab or something like that. So yeah, it's an open playing field in which we can play together forever in perfect harmony.
I love it. Okay, it's plug time. I'll start with the plugs.
Ooh.
Okay. We listen to music to feel a way we'd rather be feeling. Bulletptoof is a great introduction to the world of Freekstar, because you come away after 2.5 minutes and you feel invigorated, and it's inspiring. It's telling the listener, just best thing you can ever be in life is yourself. And if someone has an issue with the way you roll, it sucks to be them. What a great message. Isn't that a message we need now more than ever?
Yeah, absolutely. And Bulletptoof is about being strong. It was written because I was quite bullied at school, and I felt that joining a band and being in a rock band would empower me and make people think I was cool. And you might not think I'm cool, but the song is all about that. It's about saying I'm no longer vulnerable. I'm strong and I'm bulletproof. I can go to war in terms of the battlefield of finding my way in the world and enjoying my life, and I don't need to listen to all that kind of negative noise. And that's kind of what the song's about. And if people can get that message from that track and feel the vibes, feel the energy, and to understand the message and how important it was for me, then perhaps it'll be important for those who listen.
All right, well, I'm going to let you guys do the plugs. Amazing for a dynamic musical duo that are more or less newly minted. You can Google Freekstar, and they own it. Their online resume is phenomenal. So, they might give you a couple URLs, but how awesome. They have a brand name, only 9 characters. They're newly minted, and they own their first page Google search. That's pretty good in a world where it's really hard to come up with a new name.
Oh, thank you, Andy. Thank you. And we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and but our YouTube channel is the thing that really all the blood and guts, the heart and soul, the stories, the magic, the real magic's on there. But you can check us out on all the other stuff. And we'll have some really cranky stories and crazy videos up and coming, because we're on there's 9 weeks left of this campaign. So we're here to turn the dial up on the Marshall amp to 11.
No,
Motorhead, Motorhead.
no, as we should, as we should. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Wednesday
yeah,
evening.
yes, indeed. And we love you, Andy.
Well, reciprocity is full and steadfast here, and as the Carpenters sang in 1970, we've only just begun.
We've only just begun. Okay, so listen, thank you so much for this live session. I'm just saying a big hello to everybody who's listening on, all you guys who've been on HIP, all that. Thank you so much to the team. And yeah, we'll see what it looks like in 9 weeks' time.
Okay, and be sure to check back for the rebroadcast that can be found on Instagram at HIP Video Promo. I encourage everyone to go check out Freekstar. Bulletptoof is literally just the tip of the spear. These talented folks really got it going on, and I encourage you to check them out.
Bye for now.
Okay, bye.